essentially, you guys are a team of adventurers who have heard word of Boss Grimsby's operations with the mysterious Benefactor supporting their efforts to and supplies of some very volatile and dangerous materials, specifically explosive materials, firearms and the such, in the Deadlands. This is a realm that normally no one would go into without deep purpose, but that's where you guys are at this point. Trying to find out what Boss Grimsby is planning and who's sponsoring them in such a way with such dangerous materials, especially after finding out that there was an attempt to bomb the party with all the various dignitaries, which was thankfully stopped. But hopefully you guys can enter into the Deadlands at great risk to yourself and come back out with information that can help guide your next actions without necessarily upsetting your relations with Boss Grimsby, or at least giving yourself away at this point. And so you guys have all traveled through the Deadlands. The muck of the swamps have eaten some of your gear, more precious than others, and the supplies are dwindling as well. But eventually, through wandering around upriver, you're able to find this village, just kind of on one of the rivers there, that seems to be the center of the operations. And so you guys are going to be entering into that village, searching around, finding Grimsby's operational, warehouse where everything is being manufactured or developed, and then trying to discern what is going on. And so we've got your first scene here is you guys coming upon the village. Okay, so you guys have stealthed your way into the edge of the village. This village is on the edge of the swamp. Some of it is up and over the river itself. Everything is quite dirty and mucky. But you also notice that the primary and probably the only populace that you really see is goblins. There are many of them are wandering around, covered in these oiled leather cloaks that are just lined and covered in mud and various questionable materials. There seem to be fairly downtrodden. There's not a lot of laughter. There's not a lot of, goblin joy in the air. But they're just going about their work, moving about the village, and many of them seem to be kind of heading off in that direction. So what we're going to do is you guys are going to attempt, if you so wish, you obviously can approach this however you want. You may stealth your way through the village. You may come in charging, swords drawn, but I'm going to drop in a timer of 2. And everyone give me a d20 roll and we'll establish the initiative order. Just a basic d20. Alright, so... Ooh, Clog's going... Oh, Ash Heap. Okay, so we got Cab, then Vodrin, then Uvash. Cab, then Vodrin, then Uvash. And Ash and Clog, can I get a roll-off from you guys? Thank you much. Perfect. Ash, it looks like our grizzled heap is going to be leading the charge, followed by Clog. How appropriate entering a goblin village. So, Ash, you've seen the village. You're still investigating. You're coming upon this. I don't know if you were expecting to see goblins, but how do you want to approach this? Or how do you want to direct the team?
Alright, so Ash was gonna kind of take the lead moving into the village. He wants to remind everybody as we move forward that when he met with Boss Grimsby mentioned culty old money type humans being the ones who kidnapped King Henrik. And we know from the Reaver Fjord guard that the Ardens were also congregating in the Deadlands. So to remember those two details, see if anything comes up. So, other than that, kind of move in. Probably try to move in towards this building up here, and ask around, see if we can find food and lodging, anything like that.
So you want to talk to this goblin?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I don't think I want to name drop Boss Grimsby yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this goblin, turns to you, and his eyes kind of like perk up a little bit. He's never seen you before, and you definitely don't look like a worker. And he's like, "What? What are you doing? What are you doing out? Aren't you supposed to be working?"
Ash Heap wants to say that he is like, I am working. I'm looking around this area. Me and my friends are trying to make our way through the Deadlands. Is there any way you can offer us some food or lodging?
Give me a basic charisma check. Again,
Right.
it's going to be hard 12, but you made it. So
All right.
he looks back to your friends and immediately is getting nervous. He's like, "They're not. You're not supposed to be here. You're not one of Grimsby's." And then but being a goblin, he kind of like looks around for a moment. He's like, "Quick, come this way, all of you." And he kind of opens this door and lets you in.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. All right. So Clog, we'll let you. Each one of you can quickly decide if you move in. If you want to move into the house with Ash and the goblin, just kind of we'll move your token over to this general building. Doesn't have to take your action or your move. It's fine. But Clog.
Yeah. So is this the we can see lights from this one. Are all the other buildings right around here have lights on as well? Or are they pretty dark? What's going on with these?
Some do, some don't. Being out the day, it's a little sparse. And from what our goblin friend has kind of mentioned, they may be working.
I am gonna kind of hang back towards the back of this group before entering. I kind of just want to peek in some of these windows as we're traveling here up to this place. Kind of look in any of the ones that are dark if I can see into them.
Sure.
Sticking to the shadows, that type of thing.
Okay. So essentially, you can peek up in the window, and you just see that there are rooms with very, very kind of basic amenities: a bed on the floor, and pretty much nothing else. Maybe a small like sack of things, but
Okay.
not a lot.
Okay. Then I'll just follow back in with everybody else with Ash into the building.
Okay. That brings us to Cab. See, you're still hanging back. What are you wanting to do?
Cab will casually with dignity start like strolling forward and kind of like with eyes slightly darting around to see these are the working class, and usually the working class in these kind of areas are surveyed. So wants to see if there are any guards on the ground or are there like any birds flying around that are surveying the area. Basically.
For sure. Give me a hard wisdom check.
Nope.
Yeah, you're not quite sure, but you have the right thought. This is definitely something that might be coming up. You get a feeling that this is relevant.
Like nobody leaves workers out to roam for free.
Mm-hmm.
And he steps in.
Very nice. Okay. All right. That brings us to Vordrin.
Vordrin is going to quietly cast a spell before he steps into this home.
Okay, it's
He's
going
going
to
to
be
cast
hard.
Holy Bulwark. He fails, regardless of the hard.
Okay. All right, is there anything you want to bring up or talk about?
No, I'm just going to follow along, listening.
Okay. Uvash. Take.
Yeah, I follow everyone else in over the what I assume is loud sound of my air purifier. I'm gonna ask this Gerblin. You said you're working here. Are you working or are you a slave?
Well, the boss says working, but we're free to leave whenever we want. So perhaps not slave, but we're in the Deadlands. We wouldn't survive a day out in the swamp. So.
All right, I'll charge my memory ring, and that's the action for my turn.
Yeah, so you can see as he's talking about it that, you know, he's expressing, you know, like, sure, I might not be a slave, but I'm also not here really willingly, and I'm not able to leave willingly. Yeah, the longer you look at him, you just see him as very downtrodden.
Gotcha. So he would leave if he could, probably.
Probably. Okay. All right. The timer reaches 1. As you guys are kind of looking around, maybe Cab or Clog are looking out the windows, you see this larger goblin kind of prowling in your general direction. Okay. That brings us back to Ash.
All right. Ash wants to ask this goblin if he and the other workers like what's their opinion of Boss Grimsby, and if they are like if they're good working with him.
So he kind of chimes up about Boss Grimsby. He's like, you shouldn't talk about Boss Grimsby. He's sent us all here from the heights, and we haven't been able to go home. But if you talk about Grimsby and complain, bad things happens to you or to families.
Alright, so when he says that, Ash will kind of step back a little bit and kind of like just nod and like stay pretty quiet, but just kind of say interesting, and kind of step back and say anything else.
Yeah. Might makes right, as Grimsby says.
Right. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, but what are you all doing here? You're crazy, you must be. Interfering with Grimsby's? It's not wise.
Yeah.
Alright,
no worries. Clog.
I think I'm just gonna add on to that and kind of ask if he's seen any humans, any other parties come traveling through here besides the workers and
No.
who's normally here.
No, none come through the village. No, Hutch the boss. The boss he meets with people. Don't know who, don't know what. The Humies, the people, the men. I don't know. I just work. I just work at the pit, the dirty
I
pit.
see. And are there crates going out? Packages going out frequently?
Oh, lots of crates, lots of crates.
Lots of crates. All right.
Supply is high. We've been working long time.
All right. That's as much as I'm gonna ask at this point.
Nice. Okay, cab.
Is this goblin like standing in the doorway, or like are we just in the middle-ish of the room?
You're kind of just in the middle of the room, kind of a thing. It's not a big room by any means.
Yeah.
But
Like, yeah, Cab will just quite kind of like walk around the room, kind of like looking at it as if trying to discern if it is a good place to stay, so to say, and will go near every party member and like, I presume we are having a problem rising on the west, so be careful. And he will try to disappear in one of the shadows, like behind a table or a chair or something.
very nice.
Try to hide.
Okay. Excellent. So
Well,
hidden behind some shadows in the corner.
That's 14.
Okay. Yep, not quite. So your big mecha, your mecha body compared to the size of all the Gerblin stuff makes it a little hard to hide behind their tables. But it's okay. The shadows are deep, so close. All right, Vordrin.
So I'm going to ask him. You mentioned a pit. Are you digging for something?
No, we're collecting things from the swamp. The pit is where we collect the boom powder and the boom muck and the sludge, the gas. It's all there from the pit. They did something to the swamp in the pit.
Okay. And then he's going to try and cast Holy Bulwark on himself again. So that's a 15.
Nice, you did it.
Oh, yeah. So a slight shimmering radiant shield kind of forms around Fortune.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Excellent. All right. And then Uvash.
Does it appear that this big goblin is heading our way?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna warn everyone and maybe I'll ask this little goblin if that big guy's his friend.
Oh no, he drives the work. He's out looking for anyone not working. And you can actually hear like the crack of a whip, and you can hear the goblin saying, "Get back to work, Stop loafing around. We have important work to do. Might makes right." Kind of a thing.
Okay. I'm gonna charge my memory ring, I think, for an action, but I wanna basically stand by the door and prepare to like drag this guy in here if he comes by.
Okay. Sounds good. Woo! Very nice.
Right.
And you don't have wild power, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, just making sure. Most people who have the memory ring have the wild power, so I just had to ask.
Yeah, I wanted to be different, and I have Glyph Maker.
Nice. Okay. So as you do, you're prepping there. The timer comes around to 1, and you can actually see him, like you hear the stomp and the creak of the wood as he moves, and you like moves along the planks, and eventually he's standing just outside the door, and it looks like he pauses for a second, and he's about to like slam his fist into the door as he's kind of commanded these other goblins to get back to work.
Yeah, I want to forcibly pull him in here with us.
Okay. Just gonna roll another timer. All All right, you guys all agree to that? You going to want to start the round pulling this guy in?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So Uvash, I'm going to need you to get, because he's unaware, this one will actually be just a normal D12. It would be easy, but that drops it down to 12. So I just need a normal strength check from you.
Is this the hard rolls? Is that because, like, if you don't have a gas mask on, or is that just in general?
So it's just because everyone's been in the Deadlands for 5 days, so you hit 0, and so the gas mask is going to help in certain situations.
Okay, great.
But yeah, having surprised him.
That's a 8.
Okay. So you open the door and he's surprised, but you're not able to kind of like get a grip on him or like change his footing enough to like actually like pull him in and have him under control. But he's now very aware of your guys' presence. And so let's start with Ash, but Uvash, take a hero coin for jumping in on that opportunity.
Right.
Before Uwash's turn, could Keb like have tried to hide better, like squeeze more behind the chair?
Yeah, if you want, we'll take that as your turn, I guess.
Yeah, the surprise round
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope.
No.
Bad rolls out of the way. Good.
Nice. Okay, let's Ash. You're about to. Your Uvash has swung open the door. This goblin is standing there, surprised momentarily at seeing not only a worker not working, but also a group of goblins, dwarves, and even, what is that? A mecha in the back? So what are you all doing here? What's going on? So what do you want to do, Ash?
Ash steps forward and he says, Boss Grimsy sent us to check how things are going. We see your workers are loafing around. We're gonna need to inspect the pits.
Give me a charisma roll.
Oh. Oh well.
Yeah. He's like,
Could I use my hero coin for that?
yeah, of course.
All right, yeah. You can re-roll it or add a d12 to it.
The D12. I think I better re-roll it. I don't think even a 12. Oh, that would get it.
I mean, that...
I'll
Yeah,
re-roll.
Might as well.
There we
There
Nice.
we go. Sweet.
+2.
So, takes a moment. You can see the doubt in his eyes, and he's like, Grimsby doesn't normally work with non-gobbies, but you're a goblin, You can see there's just the confusion on his face in a second. You can see that he's armed with like a net and a hook, these big knife claws in his hand, like he's ready to go. But after a minute, he's like, "Got to talk to Hutch about this. If not, you guys," and he smirks with a kind of a vile grin. He's like, "I guess it doesn't matter if you're a gobby or not. You can work the pit if Hutch says so." So he steps aside and he's like, "Come on then. If you're here to look, let's go talk to Hutch. And you, worker, lead the way, or else you'll end up in the swamp yourself." You gonna comply?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good to go see Hutch.
Yep, I think so too.
Okay. All right. So, take a hero coin for that charisma roll there.
Thank you.
All right. So, as anybody who's going along or whatever, we'll just say, we can still take an action on the way over there. Clog. Ooh, you probably were aiming, thinking, hey, there's a fight coming. This is going to be rough, but Ash, quick thinking kind of got you an opening. But what do you want to do?
I think again, I'm gonna hang to the back and stay a little bit further away as we move to wherever we're going. Slip into the shadows, kind of sneak off. Still being keeping an eye on things, but kind of surveying everything else that's going on.
Okay, give me a dex check.
All right. Ooh, that's like an 8. But my stealth is easy. I don't know if that makes a difference.
We'd probably just keep it as a 12.
Yeah, so it's not going to make that.
So as you're kind of like wandering out the door and you try to like distract the guy, he's like taps you upside the head or sticks out his arm. He's like, "Get in line. We're going to talk to Hutch, or else you'll end up in the river too."
I'll fall in line for right now.
All right, Cab.
Cab will just like stand up, kind of like dusting himself off, pretending that he was looking for something, and on the way out will approach the big goblin. Oh, look at you! If you're working for Mr. Gibbs, you have to be more presentable. Kind of like clean his muck off and kind of like clean his shoulder pads and like make them a little bit more proper and sitting and like walk straight past.
Nice. Yeah. This guy looks at you and he's clearly confused. I don't think he's ever seen a mech before. The amount of metal on you is baffling. Only seen armor things. But take a hero coin for the RP. That's awesome. Playing a character through and through. Love it. All right, Vordrin.
Okay, I'm gonna start getting in line as well, but before I do, I touch Uvash on the shoulder, and I cast Holy Bulwark, and it fails! Oh, dice are not on my side today.
Alright, I've got King's Coin. Go ahead and use one of those. They're hero coins that I can give out.
Oh, that's cool. So I can re-roll?
Yeah, re-roll it.
That's a cool ability. There we go. Nice. Okay, a slight shimmering radiant shield appears around you, Uvash. Absorbs 10 damage.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh, oi. You magic man, watch yourself. No funny business. Hutch doesn't like magic here.
I just stare at him, and say nothing.
Okay. And then Uvash.
I think I'm going to, as we're like heading towards this meeting with Hutch, I'll just look around in general, and I want to touch the Mark of the Devourer that I have.
Okay.
On my armor, and just kind of sense like, is this a horrible idea? Like sense the danger that's happening right now.
Do you need to make a roll for that Mark of the Devourer or no?
Yeah, it's an int roll.
Okay. Whew.
All right, nice. So that's 21.
Nice.
Very nice. So take a hero coin if you don't have one already. I can't remember if you just used it. So take a hero coin. That's awesome. We're getting the intuition into the game. So your Mark of the Devourer gives you 2 feelings. 1, you're headed in the right direction for what you're after. 2, you feel nothing but impending doom. It's, in addition to that.
Oh, good. Well, I think we're at least headed in the right direction, folks. But be careful. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, there's just a feeling. Yeah. There's just a feeling of darkness and dread, coming out through this.
That's basically what Uvash has felt for the past few weeks, anyway. So it's fairly normal.
We're used to it.
Yeah, just another Monday.
This Monday. Okay, so you guys travel your way through this village until you get to the to this larger hut on the edge of town, kind of outreaching over the river, over the rest of the swamp, and you actually, the goblin workers are trekking in, and there's just this large walkway of piled sticks, kind of everything jutting out, supporting your weight. Everything kind of sinks a little as you step on it, especially, if you're not a goblin, it suppresses more. Some of the muck gets up there, and you can immediately feel that not only that dirty feeling of just this sickly, swampy mud on your feet, but it also just like immediately stings a little. You just know this is no good. And so you guys trek along this walkway until eventually you get into it, into the entrance of this warehouse. You see and hear noise. You can hear, yelling and the cracking of whips. You even see some smoke coming up from the top and some gas. The smell of everything is just putrid. Imagine 100 boiled eggs after a year rotting out in the sun.
Bless the maker for not equipping me with a nose.
So, you guys trek this way, and again, the worker is, pushing you along, saying, "Hurry up! We're here to talk to Hutch." Okay. All right. We'll get one more action round as you guys go along to final prep. As you're talking, like, you guys have enough space that perhaps you guys can subtly talk to one another without, keying in your driving force behind you. So you have a quick moment to make a game plan as you enter into Grimsby's warehouse. So Ash.
All right. Ash is gonna kind of look back at everybody and tell them that he's gonna do the best he can to keep things civil and to actually try to get info out of Hutch. He'll tell them that since he and Clog have actually talked to Boss Grimsy, they'll try to work that angle, try to see what we can do. But then if things go south, we'll just have to work from that point. But we have talked to Boss Grimsy. Do. What's that?
Yeah, stalking has worked so far, so good idea.
We'll see how it goes. On the way into
south,
this hut,
are we wanting to take this place out or just get out alive?
I mean, that is a really good question. Ash is not super interested in coming in and blowing up a place full of Gerblin workers from the heights. That's really not what he wants to do here. He maybe would be open to taking out Hutch. But Ash is pretty, at the moment, he is pretty devoted to not fighting other Gerblins if he can help it. So his plan would be to try to see if we can get any information that's going to help us out at the keep. Maybe make some problems. If it comes down to it, maybe there's a way we can destroy the working part of this area without hurting the workers. But that's kind of Ash's motivation here.
I agree. If possible, I'd like to save these goblins.
What's that?
If possible, I think it'd be good to try to save these Gerblins who've been kind of tossed here by Grimsby,
Right.
abandoned.
As we move towards the hut, I want to look around and see if there's any signs of like an escape route from the particular building.
Give me a. Do you have a gas mask at all?
I do not. I do have the create device spell, but I haven't used it to make a gas mask. So,
Okay. If you did have a gas mask, this kind of exploration kind of whatever would be a little easier. Just kind of seeing through things. But yeah, give me a hard wisdom roll.
all right.
Ooh.
Okay. So you look around and the nature of where this is placed, you're convinced that there's only one way out, which is back the way you came, or the river itself.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure we're walking into a trap, basically.
That's a good
Well,
feeling.
Well, I can help out a little bit as he rotates his arm and switches the normal bolt to a smoke bolt. Well, this might win us some time if need be.
So a smoke bolt, so like a smoke.
Yep.
Like nice, cool. Okay, excellent. So let's brings us to Clog. So Ash has kind of told you about Grimsby, that the desire to not take out these goblin workers, but to try to do what they can. So how are you going into this?
I think I'm gonna follow Ash. I'm just gonna mention to him that we can play the angle of we're here to help bring imports into the keep, into the gray area, like Boss Grimsby had kind of asked us to do, or as we aligned with him there. So let's just make sure to bring that up. But
right.
I'm ready.
That's why
ready.
that's why we have dwarves with us, as we're working. We're infiltrating the keep.
Yep.
That'll be good.
Nice. Okay. So Cab is switching over to his smoke bolt.
Well, I'll be just playing a dumb butler, if you don't mind. So nobody asks me questions.
Nice. Excellent. One way to approach it. And Vordrin.
I'm just gonna casually mention, like, I don't want to make a perception check for this or anything, but
Yeah.
Are there any boats that we see
on
this river that we can escape to?
There might be one or two.
Cool. I'll mention that might be an escape route, or maybe someone with a great device could do it. Maybe make a small boat for us if we need it. But I'd like to try and cast Holy Bulwark on our leader goblin mage up here on Ash. So that's a 16.
Okay.
Meets a heart.
Yep, Ash is able to get it. And at this point, this guy sees you do it and sees the glimmer, and he stomps up and he's like, "If I see you cast one more spell, you magic man, you're going in the river."
Okay.
Okay. All right, and that brings us to Uvash.
All right, I will head up by Ash and just quietly talk to him and say, if we really need to get out of here, that's not going to be a problem, because I can just make a doorway. But if we want to find out more information about Henrik, I feel like just blowing this place up or running are not going to be enough. We might need to interrogate someone or do it your way and talk nice.
Right. And Ash will remember the doorway spell from the other adventure, so he'll kind of nod and feel a little bit better about where we're heading in.
Hearing that big goblin complain about magic, I'm not gonna try to save a doorway. I'll just charge my memory ring and keep on walking.
Nice. Whew.
Nice.
Okay. With that, you guys enter into the Grimsby's warehouse. Let's get you guys all set up here. So as you guys enter in, and as I'm, taking care of this, you guys come in upon a scene of you hear like some scuffling and concern, because what you witness, and I'm assuming, what is it, Uvash and Ash are up front, and the Cobb is in the back. Well, you guys are more in the doorway, but I'm just providing space for everybody. So, there we go. So you guys actually come upon a scene entering into this thing, and you see this big goblin kind of holding up this smaller goblin by the scruff of his collar, and everyone's kind of like chittering, some scared, some excited, whatever. And you actually hear this other goblin over here like yelling out. He's like, we are working the good work, my fellow goblins. We only take the best and the strongest and the most dedicated of workers to accomplish this great work. The old ways have smiled upon us in Boss Grimsby, and we're here to prove the world that goblins still have a place in this world, a place that we can call our own. And you can see this goblin like struggling with this guy who's holding up to him, and essentially he's like, this goblin has been slacking. He's been sloughing. He's been taking this work for granted. He hasn't appreciated what we're doing here, what Boss Grimsby thinks and has in store for the world. Let us remind that the old ways, that might makes right, and that the gods will smile upon us, as he kind of like indicates to the guy who just tosses him overboard, over the catwalk, down into the pit, because you guys are over this kind of catwalk, and down below is the pit. And he drops him in, and you hear this splash, and you actually start seeing smoke and sizzling as this goblin screams and sinks beneath. And Hutch, everyone's kind of chittering some more as they were looking as their goblin friend disappears beneath the muck. And he yells, "Back to work, everybody! I've got to settle things with our most generous of sponsors." And this guy, looks back and cracks his whip. You heard what he said. We're doing good work, lads. Might makes right, eh? Back to work. Cracks it again. And everyone immediately turns back and starts carrying things. You see goblins carrying boxes. You see them, pulling things out of the muck, spoonfuls of stuff into big buckets, and you see them kind of taking things over to some machinery down below. You see some taking them into this kind of room here, and then you see Hutch kind of disappear into this room on the other side, and he begins to prowl. And he's like, "Well, there you have it, boys. From the boss himself. We've got a good work to do, and if you're not in here to help, you'll end up like that one there," pointing to the pit. I hope you know what you're doing. Might makes right. Remember that. Alright, Ash. After that gruesome scene, what do you do?
Ash is just going to start marching across the room as far as he can get, heading for the spot where Hutch disappeared. I just kind of say, Grimsby, Grimsby has bigger plans than any of you know, and he's just gonna head for Hutch.
Are you telling that to the team, or are you telling that to the room at large?
To the room at large. I'm trying to start establishing the feeling that we are here, like, for Grimsby.
Mm. Okay.
Trying to, like, just feel confident, like I belong here.
Got it. Okay, you've made the last 2 charisma checks, so just give me a normal charisma roll.
All right. I'm gonna use a hero coin on that.
Okay.
Do you want to add the D12? I think I'll re-roll.
Woo!
There we go.
Like,
Very nice. How does that look? What does a crit in this moment look like?
I imagine that it looks like surveying the area, seeing what everyone's doing, seeing that all eyes are him, and he just confidently walks forward like he belongs there. He's looking at the kind of the taskmaster guys running around, and he's just kind of taking everything in, and he confidently says that Grimsby he's here to work with Grimsby in expanding the operation in Gray.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Clog.
So I think after hearing that, I'm gonna follow behind Ash. I'm gonna be, as he's talking, kind of nodding with approval, making the sign of the shroom, and kind of saying, might makes right, and staring down the bigger goblin in front of us, kind of just making sure he knows that we're here for business.
Okay, give me a charisma check.
Hey.
Awesome.
Take that.
Do you have a hero coin?
I do not.
Then take one. What does that look like?
It is just a complete stare down with a toothy grin and just not flinching whatsoever till they kind of move their head. Kind of like staring at a dog. I'm not the first one to make a move.
Got it. Very nice. Okay, you stared him down. Whew. These taskmasters, they're pretty convinced at this point. But let's see what Cab, Vodrin, and Uvash do. And if we want to adjust the order to follow up with kind of how we're walking, we can. But Cab, you still hanging back, or what? How do you want to approach this?
Cab just has both of his hands behind him, behind his back, and just with straight pose, just walking straight, kind of he's just a butler who is here to serve these 2 goblins and their needs, and just walks straight
Very
behind
nice.
them. Doesn't look at anyone else, just straight ahead.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent.
Just
Okay.
selling it.
All right, Bordrin.
I don't know what Vorgin's gonna do. I really want to cast a spell, but maybe I won't this time. Maybe I'll just look around. Is there other exits to this room, or ways that we could cross this pit if we needed to? If we got into a fight.
No, for sure. So you see over here that there are some stairs that lead down, as well as this ladder over here. And you see that there's other goblins kind of mulling about, as well as some machinery kind of over on this side. And then it's also at the level with the pit. And you don't really see any exits down there, but yeah, you're essentially seeing this doorway, the one that you just came through, and then you see this other side room over here.
Okay. And I'll just get in line with everyone else.
Okay. And then Uvash.
All right. Uvash is going to do his best to not screw everything up that the goblins have set up. So I'm going to just follow along quietly, act like a bruiser or something,
Nice.
and I'll just charge my memory for the things to come.
Nice. Okay. Man, we got a lot of people on this catwalk. Alright, well, as you guys are walking along above the pit, the timer's going to hit to 0, and below, you actually start hearing this pop, pop, popping noise as these bubbles start churning in the pit itself. And you actually see some of the goblins like scrambling down who are working at the pit, like scramble away from it and like duck and cover, and they start pulling their leather cloaks up over their head against the wall, trying to conceal themselves as this huge bubble of gas just erupts from the pit itself. And again, the smell intensifies and it starts burning your eyes, everything like that. So everybody needs to give me a con check. Uvash, yours is going to be easy because you have the mask.
And for Keb,
So this is going to be important, I think, for everyone. We've been traveling for 5 days, I think, here.
Mm-hmm.
And so do our bonuses go below 0?
No, it's just going to stop at 0. I think we did the negative ones for just the traveling because you were like truly in the muck, but here you're just in this space, so it's going to be at 0. Good question.
Right, thank you.
Vordrin also has a gas mask.
Okay, so yeah, take an easy one.
okay, does Keb also have to do it, or like it just smell, or just what's the effect?
We're gonna, because you're the mecha, we'll probably reduce the damage by 1.
Okay.
Okay, so did anybody pass?
I passed, I believe, the 13.
Okay, very nice.
And
I had a
got
6.
14.
Okay, it seems like Cab passed. It looks like what was that? Ash passed.
Vordrin passed.
Vordrin passed. Okay.
Ash hit an 8, so he did not pass.
Okay. Oh, got it. So anybody who did not pass, you take 3 points of damage from this smoke. And you actually, as you're kind of coughing and it's stinging your eyes, you look down and you actually see one of the goblins who missed out, who didn't seal himself in as well, succumb, and he just falls and slips into the pit.
Does the Holy Bulwark protect against any damage, or is it specific damage?
I
It
think
should be any damage.
yeah, it should be any damage. So take it from the bulwark if you have it.
Good. Yep, great.
Okay, so I think that brings us to 7 for Ash. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that gas is going to be around for 3 rounds. But you guys are gonna be able to get. You're gonna do that just one more time to get to the other side of the room. Okay. So if everybody's moving along, we can. So let's go through the turn order. So Ash, you can move and essentially get all the way to the other side of the room, and then just roll con again the same way. Or you can stop off in places and do your action, whatever you want to do. But yeah, this gas is going to be here for about 3 rounds.
Okay. Everybody's still kind of moving around and working as the gas is.
Yeah, the initial gas kind of makes them hide, and then eventually it kind of starts dissipating, rising up, and so they start getting slowly back to work.
Okay. Well, I don't want to make too many waves then, so I'm just going to cross the room.
Okay. Nice. Do. All right, and then just give me a con check and. Okay, just 1 point of damage.
Oh, Lord, that's not too bad.
All right, Clog.
I'm following along,
Okay.
right behind him.
And you also like notice it's just there's just, you know, filth and slime and grime all over every surface. You assume from this gas that just comes up and then lands. But yeah, give me a con check.
Oh,
But
You-
rolls that.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I've got
give you
another
your
king's
coin.
coin.
Okay.
Take a king's coin and reroll.
okay. Thank you. I did realize I do have a hero's coin, but I'll take the king's one for now.
Right.
That did not help.
You can spend your hero coin too if you want. You can keep
We
re-rolling.
might as well. Yeah, we might as well.
Okay.
Still doesn't help, does it?
Okay. No. But you only take 1 damage. I'm going to keep that D4 roll. I'm not going to re-roll that. So you take 1 damage.
All right.
All right, that brings us to Cab. Okay, nice. Give me another con.
No. So 1 damage.
All right, you only, because you're the mecha, we -1, so we'll just take 2 damage instead of the 3.
I thought it was the same roll. Okay.
Yeah.
2 damage.
Okay, Vordrin.
Mhm.
Everyone's moving along.
And I pass.
Very nice. And Ubosh.
Alright. Uvosh is going to take this opportunity while everyone's kind of like cowering and hiding from this gas to figure out if there's anything interesting over here.
Oh, absolutely.
Peace offering for Grimsby from these people.
So you guys, so you find in that room, you see this large chemistry set type thing. This table lined with beakers and bottles and boiling liquids. You see that things are kind of bubbling out, and at the very end of the process, you actually see this drip falling on, this red crystal, and it's dripping and forming into this kind of crystallized powder. And so you find that you can grab that powder if you want, and it's kind of this rusty red, this red color.
So this is just powder, like in a cup or something, or
yeah, it's kind of
grab it
like
with my hand?
it's kind of like in a plate. You could probably grab it. There's probably a bag nearby that you could kind of shove it into, as well as there was some in the bag already.
Sure, yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. For clarity's sake, I'm going to tell you that stuff is extremely volatile explosive powder. You probably have 1 use of it at the moment. Okay. It does 10 times what black powder would normally do. And
Okay.
if you roll a 1, regardless of using a hero coin, it will go off.
So, like in general, like doing anything else, basically.
Yep, just anything else. While you have it on your person, if you roll a 1, even if you use a hero coin, it will go off.
Okay.
Okay, but you do have a bag of red explosive powder.
Crystal nitroglycerin.
And then I'll make my way over to the rest.
Yeah, that's
eventually.
fine. Okay. And then just give me a con roll. Whew!
Nice.
Very nice. Okay. Timer's going to drop to 2 for the gas.
Mm.
I guess we should bring our goblin taskmaster along, who's been...
Is he fine from all this gas?
Yeah, these bigger goblins seem to be, pretty
Immune to
resilient
whatever
to
it
it
is.
for some reason. Good question. Okay. So we're we're just gonna
Hello, mama.
Okay, so you guys enter into this other room, and it is filled with crates. Filled, with crates and boxes. There's some odd machinery with some wires or whatever leading off to some more of that red powder off in the distance. You see things kind of lying on the boxes. You see some bottles. You see some you even see like a quiver over here. Maybe a few guns, things like that. But you actually start hearing talking down to the right in the smaller room. And you hear Hutch kind of talking in, and so this goblin taskmaster kind of knocks on the door and says, Hutch, we got people from Grimsby here to see you. He's like, and you hear Hutch like, what? I didn't hear anything from Grimsby about no more visitor. He's left me to do my, left me to this operation. And he actually walks out, and you can see that a woman also, steps out. He's like, I don't know these fools. What are they doing here? Okay, it's gonna bring us to Ash.
All right. Ash is going to step forward, feeling a little bit more confident after the events in the other room, coughing a little bit from the gas. He's going to address Hutch and say that we talked to Boss Grimsy in Gray, and we are here to look into expanding his operation. So we need to see what's going on in the area and see if there's anything we can do while we're here to help you.
Okay, give me a hard charisma roll.
Do you want to add a D12 to
16.
No, very nice. Hutch is confused. Confused. I think made it, so I think we're good for hero coin. But Hutch is confused, and he's looking at us like, man, Boss Grimsby doesn't tell me anything. But the woman on the left is just smiling, listening to you talk. Very nice. Clog.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Ash seems he's got this handled talking. I think I'm just going to mention, I'm going to say, Ash and I are here to see if there's any other imports we need to bring back. We have important business at the keep, and we have some inside help at the keep that we're going to be using. And just kind of surveying the room. I'm kind of looking around to see if there's any crates that match kind of what Boss Grimsby had given Ash and I before.
100%.
Okay. Are there a lot of them, or just a few scattered around?
Nope.
Okay.
There's several. Probably each one of these larger crates matches what you saw. So not only do they have multiple of those big bombs that you had, but also other crates filled with more explosives, more weapons, more,
And we also know how to set those off with the timer inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's a good thing to know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
That's gonna be the end. Yep.
All right, Cab.
Cab will basically stand behind Ash to be like his, basically intimidation and persuasion support.
Mhm.
Kind of like standing behind, like not menacingly, but like with more the authoritative manner.
Nice. Give me a charisma check.
Uh, no, I'm gonna reroll it.
Okay.
5 is not good. No, 6 is not bad. Still, he's trying his best.
Yes, he's trying his best. It's all good. All right, Vordrin.
Okay, I want to look this woman like over and try to see if I can intuit what she's about and why she's smiling.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, well, that's a 1.
So, you're not quite sure, but you just look at her and just are plagued with doubts and fears. She knows more than you know, and you know it. Like you can't prove it, but you just know it. You're doubting. Why are you here? You think you think that this is a mistake. The moment you saw her walk out of the room, you're just like, we shouldn't be here.
Okay, fun.
Yes. Vodrin, you were... No, you weren't. You. Okay. Yeah, no, never mind.
Mm.
All right, then Uvash.
Okay. I'm trying to avoid doing anything that requires a roll so I don't horribly die.
If you decide, at least move away.
I'm gonna... Okay, no, here's how we'll do it. I'm gonna walk right up to this woman, like as close as she'll let me get,
Mm-hmm.
and then introduce myself. Hi, I'm Uvash. What's your name? Why are you here? Are you the benefactor?
And again, she allows you to approach and to shake her hand, and it's a very dainty kind of shake. So we're gonna just
Okay.
that timer as she does. And again, she's still smiling, and she introduces herself as Celine Arden. And she looks at all of you and says, "You all shouldn't be here. I know who you are. Adventures from the Keep. I've heard your names before. We know who dwells in the Keep. Every adventure that passed through, we know. You're not here to help. You're here to stop us, to interfere with our work." And all of this is coming out in this very, very light, petite voice, just laced with venom.
If I'm still shaking her hand, can I do something really stupid?
What do you want to do?
I want to cast Mind Trap.
You can try. It's going to be hard.
Okay. Does she look intelligent?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I feel like once I know the jig is up, sort of, I'm gonna... And hearing the name Arden that I've heard in the Keep definitely a lot.
We definitely know what's going on here now.
Yeah, okay.
There's probably more we could learn, but we know something.
Okay,
Nice!
That's 21. She loses 1 int.
She rolled a 23.
I will use my memory ring.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I still have one
Actually,
more coin, too.
I have my hero coin myself, so I can add that. I'll just use my hero coin instead.
Is 20 versus 24 or 23?
So my first roll was 18, so that's 23 total for me.
And
What did she have?
I also rolled a 23, so it's a standoff.
Can we add another hero coin to that?
That's if you're sacrificing your hero coins, you can.
Alright, I'm gonna use the last king's coin and gonna make this mind trap happen.
So I will like clamp down my hand and like I am no longer being nice as I cast this.
So describe that mind trap to me again.
So this was inflicted on me in my last session. It reduces my int by 1. So then with a touch and an int cast, basically the target also gets that. Like they lose 1 int. Just 1
Okay.
point of int gone.
Okay.
Just permanently.
Okay.
That's it. That doesn't have any other effect.
Okay. So you just reduced her to negative to minus. She's now a +4 int.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
So that was your action. I've reduced the timer down. And immediately as she feels the presence of your mind like lash out at hers, her smile drops to a scowl. And she looks at you. Let's see. She looks at you for a moment, and you feel a presence lash back out at you. Okay, that is that's a 13. What's your current? Actually, give me another intelligence roll. So you got to beat a 13.
That is 11.
Okay, so you feel her presence is just surrounding your mind, and you feel doubts just crushing everything. You see in your mind's eye the implied influence of the Arden, the flashes of the entirety of Alfheim. You see a dark tower, you see great plans and great magic, you see even creatures unfathomable in the deep, tentacled and insane. Okay, you're going to that plague of doubt is going to last for D4 rounds. 3 rounds, you are plagued with these doubts. You can break free on a successful int check. Otherwise, you're not sure what else to do. You've just kind of succumbed to the sadness, the loss of hope. But she kind of like throws, after doing that, she casts your hand aside and she looks at the rest of you. It's like, bold as brass, the lot of you, coming here to our domain, daring to interfere with our work. Why don't you guys just give up already? We have your king. We have the cube. Where do you get off? Just give up. What hope is left? And she actually starts walking around you guys. And as she does, she stops and looks at you, but a part of her continues moving as duplicates form. And Hutch is standing there looking at you. He's like, what? Just confused and what's going on. And this guy's starting to get riled up at the anger of the scene. Okay. That brings us back to Ash.
Alright. Ash is just going to smile. She starts talking and say, "You think we don't know that? That's why we switched sides. We're here to help Boss Grimsby, and we are inside agents in the Keep in Grey. That's what we're doing here. That's why we came here. Do you think we'd be stupid enough to cross the dead lands with just 5 people and go into the heart of Boss Grimsby's operation? We're not idiots.
I know who's on the inside of the keep, and you're not him.
Ash is kind of like, well, we're new. We're the new guys.
Love it.
How is it possible for Ash to tell just from the attitude and everything? Is there any way that her confidence might be shaken a little bit?
Oh, that's a tough one. Obviously, I don't want to just say flat out no, but you get the impression that the Ardens, with how things have gone, are feeling pretty untouchable right now.
Right.
Their plan is in motion. Their influence is everywhere. They have an inside man in the keep. They've kind of have it all, a little bit. And so, while shaken, I think the only way that you could potentially shake the confidence even just a little bit is if you could somehow discern, a detail of their plan that she would not expect you to know.
Okay.
And so I can give you guys a second to talk about that. But if you guys can piece together just a detail from what you know and be right, then she might be shaken. And this is all happening, like, you guys are not, like, all of a sudden, like, huddling and talking about it. Like, this is... it's like, what do you guys know? Let's compare notes. It's like, no, it's like, yeah. Just as players. What do you guys think?
I don't think they have the cube. The red mage that we unleashed did not think that the cube was found yet, and it was deep underground.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that I know, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Would Uvash have shared that information? Would us to compare notes on that?
I definitely shared it with folks close to me before I left for the Deadlands because I was not feeling very great about the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's possible that you would have told Ash, like, on the journey, maybe, you would have mentioned that.
Yep.
And Ash and I also know who the target of the assassination attempt was with the bomb.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like that's just Grimsby being insane.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know how much in touch he is with the Ardens in that way. Huh.
I don't have any, proof of this, but I'm pretty sure the Ardens are wanting Henrik to sacrifice him specifically for some purpose. I don't know what the purpose is, though.
I was thinking that. I was wondering if maybe they are holding him for some kind of sacrifice. Okay. Do we want to go with that angle? Are we good playing with that?
Yeah, I
Leave it
think
up
so.
to you.
Ash can make the move.
Uvash has doubts right now, so I'm not going to make that decision.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Ash is a little bit confused why Uvash isn't stepping up and saying what he knows. But after talking on the way over, Ash will step forward and he'll say, "No, you don't have a cube. You're holding King Henrik alive until you can get it."
And you can see her kind of like her face twinge a little, and she points out, well, you're smarter than I thought you'd be. One of those things is right.
Well,
That's
this is
they
worth a
kind of
try.
relied upon each other.
We have the cube, and we have your king.
Then why are you holding him alive until you get the cube?
It's all about timing. The great work we have requires timing. The clock ticks ever onward until our plan will succeed. And then you truly will feel the influence of the Ardens once again. Okay.
I feel like Uvash has definitely shared that feeling of dread with everyone. The time going away, world destruction, or some huge thing happening soon. So that lines up.
Okay. Clog. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm not. I don't know much about the art, so there's not much I can add to that. It seems like stuff may happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of. I mean, I'm sitting by these crates. I don't know how much anybody can see of me, but I'm just gonna kind of slip back. And what I want to do is try and stealth over to some of these bigger crates as things go sideways. we can barter a little bit with taking down the whole operation if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I want to do that though.
Yeah. Okay. So give me a dex check. It's going to be hard. But because you have a stealth, it's going to be not easy, but normal.
It's 15.
Okay, you're able to stealth away. So I'll let you place yourself where you want.
Yeah, I'm thinking somewhere right in there. I want to check out that quiver eventually too. So
Okay. Very nice. All right, Cab. Hearing all of this,
And Cap will still kind of expressionless turn around to Ash and Master Ash, have our talks been progressing fairly? I can't quite tell.
Ash is gonna kind of grimace and shake his head a little.
Well, in that case, he turns around and shoots the smoke. What's it called? Smoke arrow, like here, smoke bolt, to
Okay.
cover in front of us.
nice. That's a good way to go. Let me grab you a token.
Do I roll or?
No, I feel like with an attack, you just it kind of goes off. But
Yeah,
give me a d20 roll and don't roll a 1.
You can re-roll if
Boy.
someone has a hero coin.
I don't.
I think we use all of those.
No.
Okay. Well then.
Does the smoke explode on me? Or what happens?
No. Your smoke does go off.
Hmm?
But you guys, it hits one of the crates, And to ignite the smoke, you know, that arrowhead, that bolt head, has to spark.
Yeah.
And so what's essentially going to happen now is...
Boom, 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 boom.
yes. There is now a fire in addition to your smoke. And there is a 1-round timer. Actually, I have it on my notes to +1, so sorry. There's a 2-round timer before this place goes up.
Oh, the whole place.
It's going to be a chain.
Room?
It's going to be a chain reaction. There's enough explosive in here to decimate the entire warehouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh no, and we'll try to find like at least a safe space, and we will go into this room.
Okay. All right.
And that's my turn.
Vordrin.
Yeah, so Vordrin thought we were gonna be in combat when she started walking. He's gonna just walk up to this guy. His fists are gonna start glowing, and he's gonna try and punch him with a total of 12.
Okay. All right, we can do that. He's not expecting it. He's kind of enthralled by the story. So give me some damage.
Okay, so that's 10 damage, and because I inflicted 10 or more damage, I get to cast a Wisdom spell immediately. I am going to cast with no roll. Oh boy, what do you guys want?
Do you have to cast it on himself, on the dude you're attacking, or just any?
I can cast any spell on any target.
Well,
Where
maybe
applicable.
this will help you out. Nope, that misses. No, don't worry.
Yeah. Whip shot coming into play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to cast really. I'll cast Quickness on Ash. So you can move anywhere within the current location as if it's near. So you can move and do an action for 3 turns.
And you're casting that on who?
On Ash, who's next to
very
me.
nice.
I have to be able to touch people for most of my spells. So.
Got it. Cool.
So Ash, if you need to sprint around and get some bombs or get some loot or whatever, you're super quick, 3 rounds.
Okay, we'll take a hero coin for that combo.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Uvash, give me just an int check to try to break free of this madness.
All right. That would be 11.
Oh, so close. So close. We can spend a hero coin if you want.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. I had to unmute myself. Hero coin to you, Vash. Get out of that thing, man.
All right.
Is adding a D12 better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One away.
All right, Uvash, your mental fortitude, with the help of your friends, able to bust you out of that darkness, that dark place in your mind, staring into the eyes of the eternal, eldritch horrors that you're witnessing. But now you got your moment. What do you want to do?
All right. Coming to and seeing this fire around all these explosives has me a little worried, and I feel like I'm standing like right in front of a bomb or something. I think I'm gonna try to avoid this place blowing up, so I will attempt to cast Create Device. I'm trying to think of a mechanical. I want a giant dome over top of this fire and smoke area.
Okay.
I'm sort of negating the smoke, but I want to contain this fire, and I'll have little like spikes or drills that drill into the floor.
Okay.
Hold it in place.
Got it. Okay. Give me that check.
Yeah. That's 17, which means it happens instantly. Otherwise, it would be in 1 round. It would be done.
Nice. Okay, you've negated that timer.
No.
Way to go. Take a hero coin for that.
All right. And then I will, I guess, just get up close to one of these Arden clones or whatever they are.
Yeah. For sure. So, as you do, they're looking at you, laughing momentarily, a little bit at the predicament, and she says, it doesn't matter. No matter what you do, you can't stop us. And at that point, this one that's close to you, she reaches out and she presses a switch on this device here. You can see that it's starting to go. Okay.
That's good for us.
Yep. But this wire will set the whole room off in 4 rounds. Additionally, she all of a sudden vanishes. She doesn't even walk. She vanishes to the other side of the room. And she says, "Good luck. For what it's worth." She opens a portal behind her and walks through it.
With quickness, could Ash possibly catch up?
I will tell you that it will close at the end of her turn. So if you use quickness, you can get in there yourself.
Oh.
But no one else will come with you. But you can.
So this is different than a doorway. This is not a doorway, right?
Yeah, this is her version of a doorway.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
Ash,
man.
I'll give you that choice. You can follow her to wherever she's gone, but it will only be you.
Could you instead of following, throw one of those crates of explosives in, like lighting it as you do?
So by the time you picked it up, lit it, threw it, it would be closed. The only reason why you can get in there is through your quickness. So.
Oh man.
It's right there. I'm telling you, it is there. You're seeing it. Everything's in slow motion for you right now.
I think what Ash is gonna do is he's gonna draw his lip and run after her.
Okay. So you're gonna just run into the portal?
Oh man!
Oh no!
Oh, man.
Right into the Arden stronghold.
Okay. So Ash, as you
Worst
see, you guys
idea.
see this. You see Ash just dive into the portal behind Celine, and then you just see this blip as it shuts, and Ash is gone. So Ash, we're gonna have to take care of that out of session.
Okay.
But you are not coming back to the keep with the rest of the group if they make it.
Boy.
Right.
Okay. I love that. Thank you. That was awesome.
The best idea or the worst idea?
Guess we'll find out. Clog.
All right. I'm just gonna. Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is yell, "Are we letting this place blow up?" To all the people over there, and hopefully getting a response. As I pull out my dagger, ready to cut the wires that are right in front of me.
Okay.
I think we should let it blow.
Well, there are a bunch of innocent goblins on the other side of this door, and
Yeah.
I don't
We could-
really want to.
We could probably at least bring them to the keep with us if we wanted.
Yes, and there's also a bunch of stuff under my feet that needs carrying, so I wish not to blow this place up.
All right, I'm gonna take my dagger and kind of just try and cut the wires like right there.
Okay. Let's see. Very nice. Take a hero coin.
Awesome. I can't happen to pick up that quiver too at the same time, can I? Or should I wait till next round?
Probably wait till next round.
Okay.
Okay. Cab, you're standing in next to Hutch, who's like, "What's going on?" Like, you know, like he's panicking at this point, seeing the fire. Like, what are you doing?
Like he will come up like up to Hutch and like just kind of pat his shoulders like, I think you have been betrayed by that lovely lady, and she wanted to get rid of you all with this apparatus, but I doubt it will work now. So I guess let's tidy this place up a little bit, and we can be on our merry way.
It's just like just take me with. Leave everyone else. I don't care. Just take me with you. Like if save us. And additionally, Cab, you're standing next to a chest full of gold.
Yeah, he's like looking at it as he's like talking. Like, yes, indeed, you can go up ahead. We'll be right behind you. You don't want to be standing in this fire now, right? Do you?
Okay, excellent. All right, Vordrin.
So suddenly these guys don't seem like they're gonna want to fight us at all.
This guy is pissed. He's totally gonna take a swing at you.
I punched him. I'm just.
Hutch is not. He's frightened and panic. But this guy, he's not smart enough to realize what's going on. Like he's coming back at you.
I'm just confused that Hutch is like, wait, what happened when the bad lady like made a bunch of clones and was like, these guys are adventurers, and then disappeared. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna punch the guy in front of me. I can't take that original punch back.
It's very nice.
So eight more damage to him. So it should be a total of 18 so far.
Okay, he's practically down. His like jaw is off kilter, but like he's not dead, but he's like, groggy and just
Cab is patting Hutch. One of the arrows flies out of his hand.
Nice. Okay.
That's a 14.
Okay, you
14,
fail.
15.
You failed
No,
last
that's
time.
15. I
Yep.
have plus 6.
Yep. Okay. Roll your damage.
So that's D10 plus 4. So that's 10 damage.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, so no second arrow needed.
Bow combo.
Nice. Okay, Uvash. You've just, the guy is dead. Hutch is freaking out. Ash is gone.
Okay. Well, first thing, I want to set down this red explosive powder because I don't want to take that risk.
Not in the fire.
So what I
Roll
want
if you
to
can
do,
put it safely.
yeah. I want to walk up to Hutch and just grab him. What I essentially am intending to do is go carry him into this other room where all the workers are, and we'll see what happens if I succeed.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll for that?
Oh, you don't have to roll for that one. He'll come along with you.
Okay. Well, I want to throw him into the acid. The
Oh,
water.
that's very nice of you.
Here, you'll be safe.
Like, take me
Actually,
with you.
here, I'll lift him up above the acid and yell at the Gerblins, like, you have all been abandoned by Grimsby and left here to die, and this place is about to blow up. So the adventurers of Goat at the Keep and Grave will offer you safety and revenge. Just come with me.
Okay, give me a toss him.
Then I'll let him go, yeah.
All right, give me a charisma roll.
Alright. That's not my strong suit.
Is it easy because of that amazing display?
Yeah, that's fine. It's
mean,
not
I can
necessarily
use my-
pass or fail. It's more of a just how well does he do.
Yeah, I'll use my hero coin too, because I have that.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's 14.
Yep. So you make it. So it's enough that, especially after throwing Hutch like into the pit and hearing the screams and the sizzling as he hits the muck and sinks below, all the goblins start panicking. They're like, "What? Like, what's going on?" And they start like running around wildly. Like,
Yeah.
what do they do? What do they do? And these guys
Yeah.
start approaching. You guys just, threw Hutch off.
Did they not hear my?
Oh, they
speech?
do, but they don't care.
Okay.
They're on board with what's going on. It's the workers that they're like taking advantage of that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Excellent. All right, back to here. All right, so Hutch is gone. Uvash has left the room. Cab, Vodrin, and Clog are still there. This thing moves forward, lighting this block.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking would happen.
Okay, this 3 is gone. It's just the 3 timer. So you got 3 rounds till everything explodes. All right. It's sorry, Ash, that we're taking care of you after the session. I will.
Oh, that's okay. This is insane. If Ash saw what Uvash did, he would have cried tears of joy. That was beautiful.
Okay, excellent. We're gonna go straight to Clog.
I am going to grab this quiver that's right here.
Okay.
I'm going to run towards the door, just screaming, grab anything you can and let's get out of here.
Okay. So you have grabbed yourself a quiver, and there's probably 6 arrows in it. Okay, so you quiver with 6 arrows. These arrows are dusted and coated in this red powder. Okay.
Awesome.
Ooh.
You have 6 shots with it, but again, a roll of a 1
Sets them off. All right.
sets them off. Okay, so you can we'll say you have this quiver now, and you can get back to the door, but you're not out of the room yet.
Yep.
All right, Cab, standing next to a chest full of gold. Uvash has
How does
escorted,
this chest look?
filled with gold.
No, like, does it have like handles up front or like at the back, or like how is like the?
Imagine just a big pirate's chest.
Okay, then Kev will take out some rope from his climber's kit and basically make this chest into his backpack.
Oh, very nice. Okay, that's gonna take your turn, though.
Yep, and he will just move with it. Just
Nice. Okay. That's gonna make any dex checks.
it's
With-
already hard.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
All right. Vordrin, sorry.
No, you're good. Is there anything? I don't want to make a perception check for this, so just like quickly scan the room to see if there's any, loot just laying nearby.
There's a couple bottles of potion right there.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and loot some. I'll grab all these potions that I can.
Okay, so essentially this is just liquefied, coating. So there's 3 uses as well for that. Essentially, you can either use one of the uses as just like tossing it, and it's essentially just this bomb, or you can spend a use and coat something with that explosive coating.
Perfect. Okay. Now I'll move back by the door if I can.
Absolutely. Okay, you're still in the room. Uvash, who's in the other room, you see all these gerblins scrambling. These guys are moving towards you.
Yep. I want to cast doorway.
Okay.
I'll just put it. I want the people in this room to be able to see that I'm making an exit, and
Okay.
also so all these goblins know, like, come on, let's go. So I'll put it.
Yeah, here's the portal. Move it where
Yeah,
you
I'm
wish.
trying to figure out if I want to just dump them right into the keep.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll put them right in the keep. So let me roll for that. Okay, so that's
Okay.
19.
Excellent. So the doorway opens. Where exactly are you putting it?
We'll put it. We'll put it in the portal room, the destroyed portal room. So it's kind of dark and quiet and away from everything.
Okay,
but
so you're putting
they
that
can-
there. But where are you placing it in this room? Like, where's this end?
Oh, just like right there.
Oh, okay.
And then I need to roll d4.
Yes. How long is it open?
So it's open for 2 rounds.
Yep.
And then I want to step this way to kind of block these guys from going in, like I'm
Okay.
defending the portal.
Very nice. Take a hero coin.
All right. We'll say run.
All right. So we're coming back to this guy. 2 rounds remain. You can hear the sizzling and the popping as this place is gonna blow. These guys are gonna move up, and he's gonna rush in, rush behind, and these goblins are chittering and trying to scramble through their legs. You know, they're all like, ah! You know, help, help! You know, we're gonna die. And you see more. You know, you see a bunch of them like coming up from the stairs and things. So there's probably a good dozen or so goblins all approaching. But this guy's going to come at you, and he's going to take a swing at you with a 21. And he's going he's going to deal 6 damage to you as he tries to claw at you with his razor sharp knives in his hands.
All right.
Okay, and this guy's...
I can feel the energy of the bulwark dissipate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or begin to weaken at least.
Okay, this guy's also going to try to throw a net at you with a 16. Does that hit?
No, it does not.
Okay, excellent. He misses. All right, that brings us back to... brings it back to...
Yeah, it should be me.
Yeah, it would be Ash. You're still in the darkness of what's on the other side of that portal.
I'm so excited and terrified.
All right. I'm gonna just run out into the door, or out onto the catwalk there, and kind of look, ask Uvash, "Do you need help?" real quick, and kind of like, turn my head back and forth at the portal and at him, trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, right now...
So I will say that net did hit because I didn't update my armor from the bog losing items.
Oh.
So I'm in a net, but I'll say just get out of here, take these goblins and go.
Yeah, so with you in a net, you're captured, as well as these 2 big taskmasters. They're essentially blocking the way for a lot of these goblins' workers to get through. So Clog, you're seeing a choice. Do you free Uvash? Do you take out one of the taskmasters, clear space for the goblin workers, or do you dive into the portal? Like, there's lots of...
I'm going to take aim with my bow at the one kind of holding him with the net, I guess.
Okay. All right. Give me... Are you using the new arrows, or are you using a normal arrow?
I'm using a normal arrow.
Okay, that's good.
I don't want to inadvertently blow him up.
Okay, just remember, don't roll a 1.
Yeah, I'll say that now.
Nice.
17 plus 5,
You
22.
hit.
That is weapons damage, right? So, 5 total.
Very nice. Okay, you've distracted him well enough. Uvash is going to be able to, use his move to clear out that net. He'll stay where he's at, but he'll still have an action. Way to go. Take a hero coin.
I have one already, I believe.
You would have earned one if you didn't.
Yeah, actually, can I use that hero coin to add a d12 to that attack roll?
Sure.
All right, let's do that. Which one's d12 there? So an additional 10 to that.
Yeah, he's hurting real bad. He's kind of taking a step back and up against the wall. Okay.
There we go.
Cab.
I'm gonna come running also into the corridor
Nice.
and think the portal on my right looking. Does this one who just got hurt? Is he still impeding the movement for the goblins?
He is not, but this other one still is.
He turns around and just shoot at him.
The one that's not?
Yep, the one that still is in the way for the small goblins.
Perfect.
Level
Okay.
9 and higher. Nope.
Oh. Does anybody have a hero coin?
Mm-mm.
He'll still kind of stand here, making way, just to let everybody pass through.
Okay. Alright. That brings us to Vordrin.
Okay, Vorjan's gonna run out and just kind of jump over the. I assume Uvash is kind of struggling with this net. I'm just gonna jump over him and punch this guy in the face.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Dang.
Knock him off the edge
Okay.
or something.
Yeah,
Boom, boom.
Whew.
And that's more than 10 damage, so that's 12 for my normal magic damage plus 11.
Okay.
Can I just like roundhouse kick him off the edge into the pool of acid?
Absolutely with that crit. Whew. You just
And
you
because
hear
I did
this.
more damage.
Yeah.
Good.
He just breaks through the guardrails. He crashes down through the pipes, splashes, and just screams as it sizzles and sinks. But that was awesome. So what's your spell?
I'm gonna cast Quickness on Uvash.
Nice. Okay,
So
so
you're gonna be super fast for probably as long as we need.
yep. Okay, so with that quickness spell, you will get your movement back from after instead of dealing with the net. Very nice. Take a hero coin again, Vordrin.
Thank you.
All right, Uvash.
Okay, I would like to throw this dude into the water.
Okay, just give me a successful strength check. It's going to be just a normal 12.
I will use my memory ring,
Nice.
so that'll add 19 to it.
Whew. Yeah. Whew. You probably yeah.
I want to use my movement to. Okay, so here's an important question.
Uh-huh.
At the end of my next turn, is that when this portal closes, or at the beginning?
At the end. Sorry, I just ticked it down because you were describing things.
No,
But yeah, it's at
you're
the
fine.
end of your next turn.
Okay. I want to use my movement to grab any of these stragglers, and take them so that they can get out.
Okay. Because of your dwarf and everything, give me a D6, and that's the number of goblins that you can carry.
Okay. Can I add a hero coin to that?
Sure, we can do that.
Can you roll a d12? Yeah.
There we go.
All
How
right.
many hero coins can we add?
8.
If you
I
want to
wanna
give
save
up
8 of these guys.
as many hero coins as you want to have this moment.
I'm giving up mine too. So another d12.
So that's
So 12.
12.
I think
And there's
that's all of them.
12
Yep.
goblins.
Yeah.
11 of them. You can take one of the party members with you.
That is so badass.
so you with the quickness spell, you toss this goblin over, this taskmaster into the pit, and then you just dash quickly like the Flash, just picking up all 12 of the goblins and just reappear with them under your arms, on their back, like in your hands. One of them's hanging onto your foot,
Let's go, boys.
and they're all just like chittering, not sure exactly what happened. And then the portal starts to close. It's the magic, it's starting to snap shut. Okay, you guys are all gone out of this room. the timer drops to 1 at the end of this round, you again start hearing the popping and the explosions start going off. Not enough to set the whole thing blaze, but you can just feel that sizzling coming out of that room. Cab can even see it. All right, that brings us to Clog.
I'm just gonna go jump through that portal. Say, let's get out of here.
Cab.
Just in case. Uwash, you got that right?
Yep. Get out of here.
If you don't mind, Wardum like picks him up and takes him with him into the portal.
Wait. I want to.
If you don't mind.
Wait. Vordran, you want to do something?
Yeah.
Okay.
In case there's any surprises, I want to cast Invulnerability on Uvash.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, I fell. So
okay.
Don't trip. Don't trip. I say as I get dragged through the portal.
I mean, the only thing I want to do before I leave is I'll stop here and look at the doorway where Ash disappeared and just wait for a minute, and then I'll walk through the portal.
Yeah, nothing. Ash is gone. Okay. Okay. Okay, give me a second.
Like, I feel like the portal is probably like slightly high, so when Cab steps through it, there's like, you know, when you don't see the steps that's there, and just face plants into the ground.
Okay. So you guys all dive back into the portal. You guys all are there back at the keep with dozen goblins on hand. As the portal closes, you just see the entire place go up in flames and explosion so loud that you can even hear it after the portal closes. You can feel it ringing in your ears. And you're back at the keep. Sorry, I'm bouncing around because Ash.
Dun dun dun.
You are there in darkness. Celine is nowhere to be seen. You hear this deep, deep thump. You look behind you, and you see this grotesque, massive, boil-ridden, writhing, fleshy mass. And that's it.